So why did you choose this field of study?
Because I would like to help people.
That's it?
That's it.
What motivates you in the morning before going to work?
People you meet during the day. I like to work on road with my car and go at the house of the families, talk with them, and try to understand why they live some difficulties. So,
why does teamwork represent for you?
Special educator, c'est ça en anglais?
Yes, like a special educator.
It's very important to work with a team because it's hard to always work with people who live with some hard difficulties, and sometimes people are hungry, or so it's important to work with some team, with a team that you can talk and try to find some solution for your client. Thank you.
Is it difficult to work in teams for you?
No.
At what age did you realize you wanted this career?
15. Because I remember I was in fourth grade secondary.
Secondary 4?
Yeah.
Secondary 4.
And I met an orienteur, career orienteur,
Something like that.
yeah. And I knew that I want to help people, but I didn't know like psychologist or social worker, and so I asked this lady, and she explained me that social worker and special educator help people very with drugs problem, and when she explained me that, she's like, oh, you know people who have drug problem. And I look at her and okay, that people need help because you are like this, so I'm gonna do this. And
That's why you chose it?
Which skills are important to have to be a special educator?
Patient.
Patience.
Yes, I'm agree.
I agree.
And be very open mind, because it's very easy to judge people, but every action, has an explanation, you know. Open mind and patient.
Open mind and patient. What is the worst thing that you experienced in your job, and how did you react?
Once upon a time, I had a client who take a knife and want to.
I understand. I don't know that.
Yes, you told us the story.
Yes. And I react. I scream. It was a very bad reaction, but I'm still alive, so.
Bad story. Okay, next question.
But once again, my sometimes.
After your studies, did your perception change about people with difficulties?
Yes, of course, because you meet the human before the problem, so you don't see the guy who have drug problem. You see the guy before, and you learn to know the person. So yes. un facilitateur. Ouais.
If you could change one thing in your job, what would it be?
When people are aggressive and say fuck you, I don't want, it's not very cool. You want to help, and sometimes people don't are not ready to change, and they become aggressive. So this is the bad side of the job.
So we're gonna talk to you about the behind the scene of all the project. So we have 3 stages.
For the first stage, the brainstorming and the preparation. So for the first steps, we had to choose between our 2 fields of study, and for us it was easy because the 2 fields of study have similar priorities, and the both of us wants to work with children. We want to work with them to be sure that the person has a good development in all aspects of their lives.
So we had trouble to find our professional because the majority doesn't speak English at 100%. However, we found someone who can understand. But when we did our interview, we saw that she was able to speak English well enough to understand.
The stage that was the hardest is that one. We had a lot of trouble to find common abilities with our interviewee, but we finally found one. The first meeting that we planned with our interviewee, we wanted to do the interview at the same time in the same week because we had finished our questions, but because they were not corrected by the teacher, and the teacher found that we went too fast in the project, we had to plan another meeting.
So for the camera, it was easy for us because Daisy had a webcam on her computer. Before we tried to borrow a camera at the library, but we didn't have the permission for use it from our teacher, so we decided after that to use the webcam on her computer.
One of the stage it was to write an email to our interviewee. We found it easy to do and to write, and when we sent it to our interviewee, we had an answer back very quickly.
So for the second stage, the pre-interview, writing the question was easy, but at the same time we had difficulty to find other questions about different topics that we already had.
When the teacher, you, had corrected our questions, we had a lot of great questions, and you liked it a lot.
So this step was the easiest for us because we were motivated to learn more about her experiences, and we loved doing it.
For the third stage, the interview, that was the greatest stage. We were ready to do our interview because our questions were corrected by the teacher, and they were great. So we were positive about the experience.
We did a little practice for 15 minutes before our interview to do a good interview with our professional.
The moment that we passed with our interviewee was great. We loved the experience, and we enjoy passing time doing that project because we learned a lot about the job and her experience job life, and it was a good project to learn about the jobs that we will do in the future. So thank you for this experience. It was the back of the scene of our project, and hope you liked our video. Bye!